Welcome to KMD Information Session on Demand. This video will give you an overview of KMD. As you may know, many countries and regions are now considering to design the post-pandemic society. We do not want to go back to pre-COVID. We want to design a better and sustainable society. In doing so, it is important that you have a skill set of futures literacy, which is to be able to envision the future and act today towards your desirable future. The second literacy is media literacy. As we are doing many activities online today, these media technologies are giving us opportunity to design our society that may not need to be in person, but can enjoy this opportunity of being connected online. A new society should be vastly different from the pre-COVID. It requires the lens of innovation, and therefore innovation literacy is a skill set, a perspective to design a new envisioned future. KMD believes these three literacies are going to be the driving force for individuals to be able to design and lead the future. KMD would like to see a future of creative society where creativity is the centerpiece of our society value. We now know that the post-pandemic will continue to be a combination of online activities and in-person, offline, physical activities. We call this hybrid society. This will continue with different balance between what should we do online and what should we do in person or in physical space. Welcome to KMD. It is an institution for creativity and innovation. We're committed to design our desirable future. In order to innovate, the most important ingredient is the diversity of the community. KMD enjoys cultural diversity that many international students bring us to KMD. Additionally, students admitted from different backgrounds and disciplines. Therefore, this expertise diversity is also part of KMD. Furthermore, we also have age group diversity within student community. These three different diversities makes KMD a very unique academic institution and community based on diversity, and this is why KMD is in an advantageous position to innovate for the future society. Of course, we need to take advantage of this diverse community by radically collaborating between different disciplines, different age groups, and different cultural backgrounds. KMD have multiple physical footprints. We're headquartered in Kiyoshi, Yokohama. We also have satellite in Osaka City and different parts of Tokyo, and also in Singapore with a collaboration with National University of Singapore. In 2019, we became a member of Shibuya Qs, which is right in front of the Shibuya crossing. Last year, we also opened another new satellite at Tokyo Port City, Takeshiba, by the bayfront of the Tokyo Bay. During this pandemic, as all the other universities have shifted, KMD also shifted our activities fully online. Our classes are continue to be online. However, we're starting to notice both the advantage and effect of online classes, and disadvantage or shortcomings of online classes. Whenever we see opportunity when the infection case is getting low, we try to have some in-person gathering doing workshops, something that requires and can take advantage of physical environment. In reality, we try to combine both online and in person in the form of hybrid classes. This slide depicts some students are commuting to Hiyoshi campus, while some students are participating online. And even within a team, you can see students in person and also online participating student as a team member. We also have done a public event early in July this year. KMD Forum is a public event that we used to host every year. However, due to the pandemic in 2020, we couldn't do anything. However, 2021 July, we tried a small scale in-person public event, as you can see in the slide, plus some online sessions. So KMD Forum 2021 was hybrid. KMD is a graduate program that has both master's degree track and PhD degree track. For the master's, you have required courses, electives, and projects. These three categories are equally important and you have to fulfill all the requirements. For the doctoral track, you have already agreed with a main supervisor, a faculty from KMD. When you come on board the day one, you already know what to do and you will continue to discuss with your main supervisor. KMD adds special programs whenever we see opportunities and demand and importance, such as currently in Japan, we are expecting many security specialists to be engaged in the society as many things are becoming online. Manufacturing tangible artifacts is an important industry, but we're also starting to see intangible assets. Service design is a very important part of the new industry. Therefore, we launched service design program. KMD is known for global activities. In addition to enjoy the 2-year master degree program at KMD, which is already very international, you can opt to go further as to have a global activities joining SEMS program for international management. Or if you want to become a design expert, you have another choice of going on to Global Innovation Design or GID program. These two programs are designed for 2 semesters away from KMD. Therefore, you are expected to extend your residency for another half a year or 1 semester. So instead of KMD 4 semester or 2-year program, it will become 5 semesters or 2.5-year program, including SEMS or GID. If you still want to have an additional global exposure, but in a very shorter time frame, evidence-based approach, EBA program, is an ASEAN consortium that you may want to look into. Or we also have a joint program with Stanford University. Many activities that we conduct at KMD are expected to bring impact. So it can mean academic impact as higher education, but we want to go beyond academic excellence and trying to translate our ideas into real society contribution, such as commercializing your product or service, launching startup, or even engaging with new industry. All of them will contribute to economic impact. Of course, some activities in a society are not business oriented, so social impact in general are very important to make our planet much greener, much more sustainable, and pleasant. When you come up with new idea, you're expected to translate that into some form of things. Things can be tangible products, can be intangible service or content, can be even a new business model that you design, a new startup or new industry, new city or new legal framework. In other words, KMD is a place to make. To make your dream comes true, it is important that your imagination is the core of whatever you design. We are not so much interested in incremental improvement, especially today. The world is looking for post pandemic a very different society, and that requires futures literacy, and that is about imagination. When the society transforms from one state to another, technology, digital technology, plays an important role. It's a driver of change. However, right now with the post pandemic and towards the post pandemic, each one of us starting to change our value set. So human transformation is already happening, and the collection of individuals, the society itself, is transforming from one state of value set to another. So when we design a new society, it requires all of these three transformations, not only about bringing in advanced technology, but also how do we change people's mindset or societal mindset? And that is the key to design a successful future. So let me talk about what we have at KMD in doing real projects. We have currently 11 clusters. The first one is play. Play project is looking for playfulness to design a much creative and enjoyable future. Policy project uses the power of policy making to design the society for the better. Samkara is focusing on circular design and bio design for a sustainable future. Global education wants to transform education and learning to the next level. Do we really need to be in one classroom? Can we connect different classrooms? Can we do it online? Network media looks at the world after digital transformation when everything is connected online. What kind of society are we going to be in? Creative society looks at traditional crafts. Many of these creative things needs to be rebranded and revamped for the 21st century and the future. Geist is a German word for mindfulness. How can we sense people's emotion, how we feel, and use that data to influence our surroundings? Itoma looks at a society of different kind of luxury. If you have plenty of time, that is a luxury. If you have something that seems to be valuable that used to not be valuable, this is the human transformation. And Itoma is exactly looking at this between the lines to transform our human values. Friato is blending the virtual society and community with the physical and offline community. These two worlds coexist and needs to be merged into one. Embodied media, as the name suggests, looks at our whole body as an experience. We use five senses to communicate. Can we actually communicate remotely with our five senses? Can we remotely control robots? Can we do many things that's beyond smartness? Future Crafts is looking at the intersection of physical and digital materials to design future things. Now that you can feel that KMD is focusing on designing the future, we need to understand digital transformation, digital technology to advance our society forward. But it's not only about engineering or technology, it is about our happiness, our playfulness, and creativeness. All of them has to be part of our society to enjoy and be pleasant. So if you think this kind of activity will be important for the post-pandemic, please join us. To apply, we have three application periods in 1 year. Period 1, period 2, and period 3. For master's and PhD students, you can choose between April intake and September intake. For April intake master degree program students, the required fundamental courses will be taught in Japanese. So you need to be fluent in Japanese. Likewise, if you apply for September, everything will be repeated in English. So as long as are fluent in English, you're okay. For the PhD program, there's no required courses for you to take. Therefore, you can opt either April or September to join us. So for those of you who wants to apply to our master's program in April, it is important that you will prove your Japanese fluency through the Japanese language examination and pass level N1. If you are also interested in applying to GID or SEMS program during the application, please also mention that in your application package and submit additional documents. So please go to our website, download the application package PDF, and read thoroughly so that you can submit all the required things. I hope I have given you an overview and excited you to consider us as your next career path to join designing a much better future. Thank you very much.